He stood there smiling while she held the cake. Then he called his own mother crazy. What happened next destroyed something forever, and nobody inside that house stopped him. Loretta was standing on the front steps quietly. Both hands carefully carried the white cake box. The ribbon had been tied perfectly that morning. She always tied ribbons with exact corners. Some habits stay even after retirement years. Some habits become part of your breathing. The afternoon air felt warm and dusty. Dry grass carried through the neighborhood breeze. A distant lawnmower hummed somewhere nearby lazily. Someone's laundry vent released soft heat outside. It was an ordinary, peaceful American afternoon. Nothing warned her what was coming next. She adjusted the box against her chest. Inside rested an almond olive oil cake. Between layers sat deep salted caramel filling. On top, she scattered finishing sea salt. Not too much, because balance mattered. Everything she made needed proper balance. Loretta believed food carried meaning silently. A good meal could apologize honestly. A pie could celebrate without speaking. Fresh bread could comfort grieving people. And birthday cake meant remembered love. She had baked one every single year since her boy turned 1. Sometimes money was short and brutal. Sometimes ovens broke at wrong moments. Sometimes she worked double shifts exhausted. Still, the cake was always there. That was her rule with motherhood. Show up whether thanked or forgotten. Give care whether noticed or ignored. Keep standards even when others don't. She never said that aloud. She simply lived by it. The cake today had taken planning. She thought about flavors for weeks. She tested caramel twice before approval. First batch hardened from distraction completely. Second batch moved like satin. That was the one she kept. She woke before sunrise that morning. Her body still knew bakery hours. Even retirement could not erase decades. She measured flour in silent kitchen light. She cracked eggs one-handed easily. Old professionals keep strange talents forever. She mixed batter with calm patience. No rushing because nobody was paying. No customer waiting at front counter. No wedding coordinator calling nervously again. Only a mother making birthday cake. Only love with no invoice attached. The layers baked evenly and golden. She smiled, seeing the rise perfectly. Good batter tells truth in ovens. It reveals whether hands respected process. Today, the batter respected her fully. That still pleased her deeply. She cooled layers on wire racks, made coffee while caramel settled slowly, opened the kitchen window for breeze, looked at sunlight across hardwood floor, thought about her son laughing later, thought about candles on table. Then she forgot the candles. The box remained in kitchen drawer. Thin gold candles she bought specially. Adult candles, not childish colored sticks. Elegant, simple lines for grown celebrations. She remembered them too late. At his front steps, exactly. She almost turned back immediately. Could have driven home quickly enough. Could have returned smiling with excuse. Could have fixed the tiny mistake. But she heard voices inside laughing, and she thought surprise first mattered. So she knocked softly once. Footsteps approached through hardwood floors. Then the door opened halfway fast. Her son, Dwayne, stood there blinking. Expensive polo shirt half tucked carelessly. Phone in one hand casually. friends talking loudly behind him. For one brief second, she smiled. That automatic mother smile appeared instantly, the one children remember unconsciously forever. The one saying, "I came." The one saying, "I remembered." The one saying, "You matter." She lifted the cake box gently. "Happy birthday, baby," she said softly. He looked at the box first, then at her face second, then over his shoulder backward. Something changed behind his eyes. A different man entered his posture. The room was watching him now. She didn't understand immediately. "I forgot the candles," she added lightly. "They're back home in my drawer. I can run and grab them. It'll only take a minute. I just wanted to surprise you." Her voice stayed warm and easy. Inside, someone chuckled faintly. Someone opened another beer can. Music played from another room. Television noise mixed with laughter. He glanced backwards once more. Then embarrassment chose him. He sighed dramatically for audience effect. "Mama, are you serious right now?" The words landed strangely first, like wrong shoes on stairs. Then came the second blow harder. "What is wrong with you?" She blinked once, only once. Her hands loosened around the handle. Still, she thought, maybe joking. Still, she thought, maybe stressed day. Still, mothers protect sons from truth, even while truth stands visible. He grabbed the cake carrier, not gently, not gratefully, not like something handmade mattered, not like her wrists were aging, not like she was 71, not like she was his mother. He turned toward the open window. The room grew suddenly attentive. Everyone sensed performance beginning now. People love scenes, not consequences. They lean toward cruelty like firelight, especially when cruelty wears confidence, especially when laughter grants permission. Loretta took one half step forward. "Dwayne," she began quietly. He dropped the cake outside, not tossed wildly in rage, not dramatic like movie anger, worse than that completely. He released it casually downward, like setting trash near curbside, like deciding something lacked value. The latch sprang open mid-air. White frosting burst against concrete below. Caramel spread in broken amber ribbons. Cake layers split into wet pieces. Salt glittered on sidewalk dust. The box landed upside down. Nobody moved immediately. Then somebody laughed loudly. Another man muttered something unclear. Someone else said, "Damn," softly. But nobody challenged him there. Nobody said, "Pick that up." Nobody said, "That's your mother." Nobody said, "Enough." Dwayne turned back around, already smiling. "Sorry, Mama," he said casually. "Been a rough day." He shrugged like weather happened, like broken cake was inconvenience, like embarrassment evaporates with shrugging, like apology means tone only, like witnesses erase responsibility somehow, like mothers forget on command. Loretta stood perfectly still there. Years can condense into seconds. Childhood fevers, school lunches, rent checks, late-night talks, scraped knees, graduations, birthday candles, Christmas mornings, waiting awake. All of it can gather suddenly, then crack in one moment. She looked past him inside. 4 men avoided her eyes. One stared at his shoes. One stared at television screen. One drank silently too fast. One looked ashamed too late. None of them mattered really. What mattered was him. The boy she once carried feverish, the teenager she defended publicly, the young man she bailed out, the grown man she still excused, the same face older now, the same mouth using contempt. She said nothing at all. Silence frightened some people, but her silence was not weakness. It was doors closing internally. It was inventory being counted. It was weather changing offshore. It was a ledger opening quietly. She adjusted her purse strap calmly, picked up her car keys slowly, turned from the doorway without rush, walked down the steps carefully. Her knees hurt on descents lately. She noticed that even now. On the sidewalk she paused. The cake lay ruined open skyward. A yellow jacket already circled sweetness. Caramel crept through pavement cracks. One layer remained strangely intact. She noticed crumb texture automatically, still moist despite impact damage. Professionals notice strange things during pain. She did not kneel down, did not salvage anything there, did not cry publicly either, did not look back upward. Some dignity requires movement only, so she kept moving forward. She entered her old sedan quietly, closed the door with care, sat without starting engine first. Hands rested on steering wheel. The house blurred slightly ahead. She blinked until it cleared. Then she drove home. 2 blocks only, but grief changes distance strangely. Short roads become endless tunnels. Traffic lights feel philosophical suddenly. You stop at signs automatically. Memory drives while heart falls behind. Her house on Garfield waited. Grey-green siding needing touch-up. East-facing porch catching evening light. Crepe myrtle near south fence blooming. The place she bought alone. The place nobody gave her. She parked in driveway exactly centered, always centered between faded lines. She liked things squared properly. Even now she parked straight. Pain had not stolen standards, not yet at least. Inside, the kitchen smelled clean. Coffee grounds from morning remained faintly. Vanilla and toasted almond lingered too. The room still held celebration air. That almost hurt more somehow. Expectation has its own scent. She set purse on chair, placed keys beside fruit bowl, removed cardigan carefully from her shoulders, folded it over chair back. Normal motions save people sometimes. Routine becomes temporary railing. She put water kettle on, not because she wanted tea, because hands needed instructions quickly. Idle hands touch wounds repeatedly. Busy hands survive first shock better. So she gave them tasks. Fill kettle, light burner, wait. Then she sat alone. The afternoon sun crossed floorboards slowly. Dust fluted through gold light quietly. The clock clicked too loudly. Refrigerator hummed like distant traffic. Some houses know when pain enters. They become strangely attentive then. She whispered one number softly. 41. 41 birthdays remembered faithfully. 41 cakes baked somehow. 41 years showing up consistently. 41 chances to be valued. 41 times never counted. Until this afternoon, finally. She reached for the phone, not to call him. That surprise would come later. Instead, she needed 3 others first. People who dealt in facts. People who respected records. People who answered plainly. But before dialing anyone, she opened a kitchen drawer. Inside lay a green notebook. Small, worn, neat corners softened. Pages filled in disciplined handwriting. Dates, costs, reminders, measurements, notes. The life of a careful woman. Nothing dramatic from outside view. Everything important hidden within columns. She turned to one page. At top it read quietly, Rental House, Garfield Street. Underneath were monthly entries. Each month same amount due. Each month same empty payment line. Month after month after month. Patience disguised itself there. So did avoidance. Her son lived there cheaply. Temporary help became long habit. Excuses became recurring weather patterns. Promises became background wallpaper. She wrote every month faithfully, but spoke almost nothing aloud. Now the numbers stared back. She added columns slowly once more, though she knew totals already. Some truths require rereading twice. Some totals need full daylight. Some pain becomes cleaner quantified. Some love becomes clearer too. The kettle screamed suddenly. She stood and turned burner off, poured water into waiting mug, forgot the tea bag entirely, just hot water steaming upward. She laughed once bitterly, then hated the sound instantly. Phone still lay beside notebook. Outside, evening shadows lengthened slowly. Inside, something in her hardened. Not into hatred exactly. Hatred is hot and wasteful. This felt colder and useful. This felt like decision forming. She dialed the first number. Her closest friend answered immediately. "You okay?" the friend asked first. Loretta looked at ruined sunlight, at notebook columns and blank lines, at steam rising from plain water, at the kitchen she built herself, at the life she funded alone, the place nobody gave her. Then finally she answered softly. "No," she said, "but I think I'm ready."
She said she was ready, but even then she barely knew. Ready for what exactly mattered. Ready for truth, not revenge. Ready for consequence, not drama. Ready to stop pretending completely. Her friend Nadine stayed silent first. Good friends understand pauses deeply. They know pain needs landing room. They do not interrupt shock carelessly. They wait until words breathe again. Nadine had always known how. "What happened?" Nadine asked quietly. Loretta looked toward the window. Evening light touched the sink softly. The counter still held flour dust. A cooling rack leaned nearby, drying. The kitchen still looked celebratory. That detail almost broke her. "He threw the cake outside." No extra explanation followed immediately. No need for dramatic decoration. Some sentences carry full weight alone. Some truths need no adjectives. Some humiliations introduce themselves fully. This one certainly did. Nadine inhaled sharply once. "In front of people?" she asked. Loretta closed her eyes briefly. She could still hear laughter, still see caramel on concrete, still feel handle leaving hands, still see his practiced shrug, still feel motherhood splitting quietly. "Yes," she answered. Nadine said nothing again. Then she spoke very carefully. "That wasn't about candles." Loretta knew that already, but hearing it elsewhere mattered. Pained the Stewart's private thinking badly. Outside voices restore straight lines. Good friends hand back perspective. Nadine always did that. "I know," Loretta whispered softly. "You need to stop covering." The sentence landed accurately, not cruel, not gentle either. Some truths should arrive plain. Sugarcoating wastes precious time. Nadine never trafficked in fluff. That made her valuable always. Loretta traced Mug's steam slowly. "I think I already have." Nadine knew what she meant. The notebook, the house, the unpaid months, the excuses stored carefully, the silence stored longer. "Call Carl tomorrow morning," Nadine said. Carl Hibbert handled property matters, measured voice, pressed shirts always. An attorney who disliked theatrics, a rare and useful trait. He spoke like legal paper sounds, precise, dry, impossible to misread. "I still feel strange," Loretta admitted. "Of course you do. You're grieving an illusion tonight." That sentence hit harder because it felt truer still. Not grieving only the insult, not grieving only the cake, grieving the version of him she kept defending internally. They talked another half hour, about nothing and everything both, about weather, blood pressure, neighbors, about sons becoming strangers slowly, about women noticing too late, about peace costing something real. When they hung up, the house felt larger suddenly. Silence after honest conversation changes. It becomes cleaner somehow, less haunted by confusion, more open to action. Still lonely, yes, certainly, but no longer shapeless. Loretta washed the untouched mug, set it upside down neatly, wiped counters already clean again, straightened towels nobody had touched. She cleaned when thinking hardest. Some people pace, she polished. Then she opened the notebook. Page after page held order, appliance repairs and grocery totals, doctor appointments and tax reminders, recipes tested and rejected quickly, names of roses she planted, the architecture of self-reliance. Then came Garfield entries. The rental house 2 doors down, blue shutters she repainted herself, yellow siding sun-faded slightly, 3 bedrooms and narrow hallway, decent roof, older plumbing, a good house when respected. She bought it after selling Callaways. Years of buttercream mornings converted eventually. Wedding cakes became equity money. Anniversary pies became closing costs. Labor can become walls sometimes. She remembered signing papers proudly. No husband beside her there. No family rescue funds offered magically. No secret inheritance appeared disguisedly. Only her hands and ledgers. Only earned numbers becoming property. When Dwayne lost his job, she offered the house quickly. Temporary help felt natural then. Mothers specialize in bridges. He needed a place briefly. She had one available nearby. He promised it was temporary. Temporary often wears charming faces. At first, he was grateful. He hugged her in the driveway, called her an angel laughing, said he'd catch up soon, said he just needed footing, said the market was weird lately, said opportunities were already coming. She wanted to believe him, not because she was foolish, because hope imitates reason skillfully, especially when spoken by children, even grown children fully bearded, even children with gray appearing. They still access old trust. The first missed payment came gently. Severance delayed, he texted casually. No worries, she texted back. She even added a smile. Kindness can train disrespect accidentally. She didn't know that then, or refused knowing perhaps. The second month brought another explanation. Recruiter issues, bank mix-up, unexpected expenses, transmission noise, promise next month doubled. The third month brought confidence instead. He talked about future commissions, spoke like wealth was imminent. People with no cash sometimes spend language extravagantly instead. He had that talent always. She wrote every month down, not to weaponize later, to stay sane presently. Records calm uncertain minds. Ink can hold anxiety still. Columns create edges around chaos. She trusted columns deeply. But she never confronted him. That mattered most now. The silence had been participation, not equal guilt exactly, but enabling has fingerprints too. She hated admitting that part. Still, she wrote it mentally. She closed notebook slowly. Went to bedroom closet next. From top shelf, she removed a cardboard photo storage box. Rubber band snapped dry instantly. Age weakens strange things first. Bands, knees, illusions. Inside were family photographs. Dwayne missing front teeth laughing. Dwayne holding baseball glove proudly. Dwayne at graduation smiling wide. Dwayne beside bakery counter helping. Dwayne asleep in back seat drooling. Dwayne before performance began. She sat on bed quietly. How do people become divided? How does warmth grow entitlement? How does charm bypass accountability? How does help become expected? How does love become leverage? How does mothering lose shape? No photo answered back. She returned them carefully, except one wallet picture, cake smeared across toddler cheeks, his first birthday, eyes bright with wonder, pure delight needing nothing else. She kept that one out, set it on dresser mirror, then stared a long while, not sentimental exactly, more forensic than tender, searching where timeline bent, searching if signs existed. Sleep came late that night. Not because of rage, because clarity is noisy first. Once denial leaves a room, all neglected facts begin talking. She heard them till dawn, then finally drifted off. She woke before sunrise anyway. Bodies trained by labor remain loyal. Even hearts don't change schedules. She made black coffee strong. No sugar this morning. No appetite for softness. No appetite for excuses. At 9 exactly, she called Carl. "Good morning, Loretta." He sounded, as always, composed. Paper shuffling somewhere distant. A clock ticked behind him. He likely wore cufflinks already. Some men dress for order. Carl definitely did. "I need to discuss Garfield." No tremble in her voice. That surprised her mildly. Pain can sharpen steadiness oddly. Once decisions settle internally, tone often becomes cleaner. She noticed that now. "Of course," Carl replied. "What has changed?" She almost laughed there. Everything had changed. Nothing had changed. That's how patterns break. External facts remain same. Internal tolerance expires suddenly. "My son threw a cake." Carl paused one beat, then understood instantly somehow. Good professionals hear subtext fast. They know events symbolize larger files. He skipped unnecessary questions entirely. He moved to useful ones. "How long unpaid presently?" Loretta opened notebook immediately, read months and totals carefully, listed supplemental expenses separately too, utilities, repairs, groceries advanced, promises made, none fulfilled, every line crisp and dated. Carl whistled softly once. That documentation helped significantly. Loretta felt strange relief there. Not greed, not vengeance. Validation may be closer. Her private reality existed externally. The notebook wasn't paranoia, it was evidence of pattern. "What are my options?" Carl explained calmly in sequence. Month-to-month occupancy standing, required notice periods locally, collection claims possible later, communication should remain written now, no emotional calls advised. He always disliked emotional calls. "You may choose kindness," he added, "but choose structure with it." That line lodged deeply, because she'd chosen opposite always. Kindness without structure corrodes quietly. Structure without kindness hardens cruelly. Balance matters in law too. No wonder she liked Carl. He offered draft notice quickly, could prepare same day easily, needed dates confirmed first, needed ownership documents attached, needed her explicit instruction later. Nothing moved without consent. "Think on it," he said. She appreciated that most. No pressure from competent people. They trust decisions better informed. They do not sell urgency. They explain consequences clearly, then let adults choose. After hanging up, she stood at sink long. Across street, children biking laughing. A delivery truck reversing loudly. Neighbor's dog barked uselessly. Life continued disrespectfully normal. Personal revolutions rarely pause neighborhoods. That annoyed her briefly. Then phone buzzed suddenly. Dwayne. Just his name glowing there. No photo attached anymore. She removed that months ago. Couldn't remember doing it exactly. Interesting what hands know first. Mind learns later sometimes. She let it ring out. Voicemail followed immediately after. Then a text appeared below. "Hey, Mama, about yesterday." Nothing else yet. 3 dots appeared, vanished. Then another message came. "My bad, rough day."
She stared blankly. 2 words from him. My bad. As if scratched bumper, as if forgotten groceries, as if public humiliation minor, as if language could shrink acts. Then final message arrived. You know I love you. There it was again. Warmth as universal solvent. Charm poured over damage. Shortcut towards restored access. The oldest bridge he built. The bridge she always crossed. This time she set the phone down. Did not answer immediately. Did not educate kindly. Did not rescue his discomfort. Did not smooth timeline again. Restraint can feel revolutionary. It did this morning. She walked to porch outside. The rental house sat visible. Blue shutters chipped mere edges. His truck crooked in driveway. Trash cans still near the curb. Curtains closed despite daylight. A man sleeping through consequence. She remembered birthdays suddenly. Driving cakes across counties. Learning foreign tort recipes. Working tired hands through midnight. Buying candles after long shifts. Smiling even when exhausted. Never counting cost before now. A breeze moved porch ferns. She breathed more steadily then. This was not one insult. This was accumulated permission. One thrown cake revealed the ledger. That distinction mattered greatly. She went back inside, opened messages again slowly, read all 3 once, then typed 6 words only. We need written boundaries now. She stared at the sentence. Simple, accurate, unheated language. No insults included. No emotional bait offered. No door for charm. No confusion possible. Then she sent it. The reply came instantly. Whoa, seriously? She almost smiled sadly. Yes, seriously at last. That was the whole story. Seriousness had finally arrived. Late, expensive, necessary, and only one person shocked. She closed the phone cover, opened the notebook again, turned to fresh blank page. At top she wrote neatly, "What happens next?" She wrote 3 careful words. What happens next? Then underlined them once, slowly. Not dramatically, just firmly. Ink can feel ceremonial sometimes. This morning it certainly did. The page looked strangely bright. Blank paper holds possibilities quietly. It also holds accountability better. She had spent years recording damage. Now she would record action. That felt entirely different. First line she wrote simply, "Call accountant this afternoon." Second line came after pause, "Gather ownership papers today." Third line took longer writing, "No more private negotiations." She stared at that one because it named old pattern. Everything always became private. Private favors, private excuses, private pain. Privacy had protected dysfunction nicely. Sunlight might prove expensive now. Her phone buzzed again nearby. Dwayne this time, calling directly. The ringtone sounded almost childish. She remembered setting it years earlier. He had joked she'd notice. She noticed too much now. Different things than before. She let it ring through. Another text arrived immediately after. "Mama, don't be dramatic, please." That sentence cooled the room, not because it was shocking, because it was familiar language. When women draw boundaries clearly, someone often names it drama, cheaper than naming disrespect instead. She did not respond.
Instead, she made breakfast properly. 2 eggs, low heat, scrambled. Toast browned exactly medium shade. Butter melted edge to edge. She plated food with care. Self-respect can look domestic. While eating, memories returned. Not the sweet, curated kind, not childhood Christmas photographs, smaller moments with sharper edges, moments she dismissed too quickly, moments now asking reconsideration, moments records never captured fully. The borrowed money never returned. The weekend truck she paid. The concert ticket's temporary loan. Insurance deductible during hard month. Gas card during rough stretch. Little amounts under protest threshold. Enough totals to matter later. The cancelled dinner repeatedly. He'd promise Sunday supper often, then text 1 hour before. Work thing came up suddenly. Rain check next week, mama. Next week became next season. She still cooked extra portions. The public jokes especially. At parties he teased lightly, called her controlling with grin, called her intense with wink. People laughed because tone playful. She laughed because room expected. Humor can disguise contempt neatly. She set fork down slowly. The thrown cake was obvious. That's why it helped strangely. Clear cruelty ends many confusions. Ambiguous wounds linger longer. Blatant acts force clean seeing. Painful, yes, useful too. By noon she drove downtown. Main Street had changed plenty. Old pharmacy, now boutique candles. Hardware store, now yoga studio. Bank branch, now nail salon. Towns reinvent themselves commercially. Families do it emotionally too. Roy Hutchins kept old office. Same brass plate outside door. Same Thurn somehow surviving lobby. Same receptionist knitting quietly there. Some institutions resist trendiness admirably. Roy was one of them. Numbers age better than people. He greeted her warmly inside. "Loretta, good seeing you." Roy had accountant eyes, the kind noticing margins first. Nothing escaped his quiet scanning. Not stains, not decimals, not tension. He noticed grief, but respected privacy. Another professional trait she valued. "I need a summary prepared." He motioned her seated calmly. Business or personal matter? She considered that carefully, then answered with rare precision. Family matter involving business mistakes. Roy nodded once understandingly. That likely covered many clients. Family often creates accounting lessons. Some expensive, some merely annoying. Some require spreadsheets and tissues. This one may be both. She handed over notebook pages. Roy read in silence mostly, turning pages with gentle fingers, occasionally marking totals lightly, sometimes humming through calculations, sometimes lifting eyebrows without comment. Math can express disbelief elegantly. Finally, he looked up. This is exceptionally thorough. Praise from Roy mattered. He complimented records sparingly. He distrusted decorative language generally. If he said thorough, he meant court-ready likely. That steadied her greatly. "Can this be organized?" "It already is," he replied. "I'll formalize presentation." He explained categories clearly. Unpaid occupancy equivalent value. direct advances separately listed, reimbursements promised but absent, dates supporting timeline consistency, simple facts, no editorializing. Simple facts were powerful. She'd learned that in baking. Either sponge rises or collapses, either sugar burns or doesn't, either payment clears or fails. Reality prefers measurable outcomes. Stories merely decorate afterwards. Roy printed preliminary totals soon. Seeing numbers typed cleanly hit harder than handwriting did. Private pain had become official. Columns looked colder in toner, also harder to dismiss. She appreciated both qualities. "You pursuing collection fully?" he asked. "You pursuing truth first?" Roy leaned back slightly. Truth invoices eventually. She almost laughed there. Roy's humor arrived dryly, like crackers with no butter, still useful with soup. She thanked him sincerely. He knew she meant it. Back home, afternoon sunlight shifted. Her porch boards creaked familiarly. Mail lay near front door. Coupon flyers and utility statement. One glossy envelope from florist. Likely advertisement from holidays past. Life kept mailing nonsense daily. Then she saw movement nearby. Dwayne crossing from rental house. No call first, no warning text either. He moved quickly but smiling. The smile he used publicly, friendly enough to confuse witnesses, not warm enough to trust. "Mama," he called brightly. She remained on porch, did not step downward. Elevation changes alter power subtly. Today she noticed architecture. Porches can become boundaries. Stairs can become filters. He climbed halfway up, stopped when she didn't invite. Smart enough to read surfaces, not always substance though. Charm studies signals constantly. That had always been true. "You really not answering me?" His tone playful still, as if this flirted conflict, as if mood management possible, as if yesterday was recoverable through personality and persistence alone, as if history had amnesia. I answered in writing. That checked him briefly, because language had changed register. She was no longer improvising, no longer speaking relationally. She was speaking structurally now. He disliked unfamiliar terrain. "Mama, come on now." He spread hands theatrically. "I said I was sorry." "No," she replied evenly. "You said, 'my bad.'" The smile flickered once, tiny but visible. Precision unsettles careless people. They rely on blurred edges. Exact quotes remove hiding spots. She knew that professionally. It was a bad moment. It was a revealing one. That landed deeper. He looked away briefly, toward street, toward truck, anywhere. People avoid mirrors instinctively, especially verbal mirrors held steady, especially by mothers finally clear. "You know I love you." There it was again. Currency from old account, often accepted instantly before. Today, market conditions changed. Inflation hit sentiment. Words bought less now. "I know you say that." He stared at her. The sentence had no shouting, no tears to dismiss, no anger to counterattack. just distinction quietly drawn between saying and demonstrating. Mama, damn. He hated nuance. Nuance blocks easy exits. He preferred big gestures, flowers, jokes, dramatic hugs. Small accountability bored him. That was becoming expensive. She held rail gently. Going forward, communicate written. What does that even mean? It means text or email. You're serious right now. Interesting phrase returning home. Same words from doorway yesterday. Different power today entirely. Language circles back sometimes. Consequences often speak familiar dialects. She noticed irony clearly. Yes, she said. He climbed remaining steps angrily. Too close suddenly. Voice lowered sharper now. Who's in your ear? Another old tactic surfaced. Strong women never self-decide. Some men assume reflexively. Must be friend, lawyer, gossip. Cannot be direct self-respect. Cannot be accumulated fatigue. My own ears, she replied. That almost made him laugh. Then anger won instead. He paced one porch plank, hands on hips dramatically, still performing despite no audience. Habit can outlive usefulness. You'd choose strangers over family? No, she answered. I'm choosing facts over patterns. Again he blinked, because categories shifted. He wanted loyalty framing. She offered accountability framing. Different game entirely now. He wasn't prepared for it. You going to evict me? First honest question yet. She considered him fully then. Grey at temples now. Fine shoes unpaid by rent. Good smile used carelessly. Still handsome in ways harmful. Still her son completely. I'm deciding next steps. That's cold. No, she said softly. This is late. Silence sat between them. A car passed slowly outside. Some kid dribbled basketball nearby. Wind moved porch fern leaves. Ordinary sounds around extraordinary shift. Neighborhoods witness more than speak, perhaps wisely most times. He changed tactics again. You know I've been struggling. I know, she replied. You know jobs changed. I know. You know stuff happened. I know. He spread hands frustrated. Then why punish me now? Because there it was, the center belief exposed. Consequences equal punishment always. Never natural results of choices. Never overdue boundaries finally set. Always cruelty from others somehow. I'm not punishing you. She spoke slowly enough for every word to stand. I'm ending my participation. He looked genuinely stunned. Maybe first real moment yet. Not by legal risk alone, by losing invisible support system, the silent cushion beneath him. He'd mistaken flaw for birthright. You'd do this today. I should have sooner. He stepped back then. Some fights collapse quietly. No scream, no slammed doors, just script failing suddenly. Actors hate dead audiences. He was feeling that now. "You're unbelievable," he muttered. "No," she answered, "I'm finally believable." He descended steps quickly, anger needing movement badly. Truck door slammed hard enough. Engine started rough and loud. He reversed too fast, nearly clipped trash can leaving. She watched dust settle, hands shaking only afterwards. That's common with courage. Body delays reaction helpfully. First survive moment cleanly, then tremble in privacy later. She understood delayed processes. Inside kitchen, phone buzzed. Nadine texted one line. "How'd porch theatre go?" Loretta smiled unexpectedly, then typed back 6 words. He finally heard himself today. She set phone aside, opened notebook fresh page, wrote date and time neatly, then one concise notation beneath. First boundary spoken face to face. She wrote the line carefully. First boundary spoken face to face, then capped her favorite pen. Hands still trembled slightly there, not from fear anymore, from adrenaline leaving slowly. The house felt different now. Same walls, same counters, same floors, yet something invisible had shifted. Rooms often mirror their owners. When people change internally, homes sometimes breathe differently too. She stood at the sink, ran cool water over wrists, watched veins beneath thinning skin, hands that needed thousands doze, hands that frosted wedding tears, hands that signed deeds alone, hands that kept giving endlessly. That thought stayed with her, not bitterly, more clinically, as if reviewing old records. Where exactly had generosity ended and self-abandonment quietly begun? The distinction mattered now. Phone buzzed across counter again. Dwayne this time in messages, 3 texts arriving back to back. "So this is who you are? After all I've been through? Wow, unreal." She read them once only, no need for second reading. Painful language repeats patterns loudly. Victimhood often travels quickly when accountability enters the room. He was moving predictably now. She turned the phone over. Then she opened pantry doors calmly. Some people pray under stress. She baked instead instinctively. Measured cups steadied heartbeat. Recipes restore sequence to chaos. She chose pound cake first. Nothing fancy or dramatic, no caramel, no layered symbolism, just butter, sugar, eggs, flour, honest ingredients behaving honestly. That sounded appealing suddenly, maybe necessary even. As the mixer hummed softly, her mind returned years backward. There had been warnings earlier, not monstrous scenes like yesterday, smaller moments easier to dismiss. Small moments build major truths. You ignore enough pebbles, then call avalanche surprising. The restaurant incident came first. He was 30-something then. She paid dinner discreetly afterward. Server had brought split checks. Dwayne laughed and waved hands. "Oh, Mama always gets me." Everyone chuckled around table. She laughed too then, though something stung quietly. Not money exactly. Expectation performed publicly. The assumption of endless covering. The pride inside dependence. Then came Christmas appliances. He wanted expensive headphones badly. mentioned them repeatedly all December, never asked directly outright, just strategic admiration aloud. Children learn implication early, some never stop using it. She bought them eventually, wrapped them beautifully herself. He opened box smiling huge, kissed her forehead theatrically, then asked for gift receipt, wrong color apparently. She remembered swallowing silence. The pound cake entered oven, door closed with solid click. There is relief in mechanics. Heat plus time equals result. No emotional ambiguity involved. She valued that intensely. At noon, Carl emailed draft notice. Subject line plain and efficient. No dramatic wording whatsoever. Just proposed occupancy termination notice. Professional people title things boringly. Boring often means dependable. She trusted boring now. She printed pages immediately. Paper warm from tray rollers. Her name on document center. Property address beneath clearly. Vacate deadline listed below. Everything direct, emotional, legal. She sat reading twice through. Words had no malice there. No mention of thrown cakes, no mention unpaid gratitude, no mention humiliation witnesses, just occupancy terms concluding formally. Facts don't require autobiography. That moved her deeply. For years, she believed healing needed speeches and tears first. Maybe not always true. Sometimes clarity arrives cleaner through one accurate paragraph than hours of circular talking. The timer rang sharply. She removed pound cake proudly. Perfect rise across top ridge, golden edges exactly right, center springing back lightly. Some days competence comforts. This was certainly one. As it cooled nearby, she signed the notice. No dramatic pause happened, no thunder outside either, no sudden guilt wave crashing, just pen touching paper cleanly. Sometimes decisive moments feel ordinary. That may be their elegance. She scanned signed pages back, emailed Carl one sentence only. Proceed today, please. Then she waited. Waiting after action differs greatly. Before action, waiting suffocates badly. After action, waiting settles. Nothing left to debate internally. Process belongs elsewhere now. She understood ovens similarly. Mid-afternoon brought pounding knocks. Not doorbell presses politely, hard, urgent pounding repeatedly. Wood shook inside frame. She knew rhythm instantly. Anger has a recognizable percussion. This was definitely him. She did not rush. She washed mixing bowl first, dried it thoroughly, placed it back correctly, then walked to front hall. Boundaries move slower intentionally. Urgency outside needn't transfer inward. The pounding continued louder. "Mama, open this door." She opened inner latch only. Storm door remained locked shut. Clear glass between them now. That felt symbolically appropriate. Transparency with separation combined. Useful architecture again today. Dwayne stood flushed outside, hair messy, jaw tight, printed notice crushed in fist, sweat darkened collar edges. He'd driven hard and fast. Consequences accelerate men strangely. "You sent lawyers at me?" "I sent notice regarding property." "This is insane." "No," she said calmly. "This is documented." He slapped paper against glass. I'm your son. There it was always. Identity as exemption request, blood as a permanent override code, family as immunity shield. She had enabled that belief. Today she would not. And I'm your mother. He blinked once sharply. Then act like it. Interesting accusation there, as if maternal love meant absorption, as if maternal love required infinite tolerance for disrespect, as if boundaries cancelled nurture, as if women existed functionally. I am, she answered quietly. Real calm angers performers most. No volume to fight against, no tears to manipulate, no insults to redirect toward, only steadiness, hard to move. He was learning that painfully. You're embarrassing me everywhere. She nearly smiled sadly. Yesterday's doorway returned suddenly. Public shame mattered deeply now. Not her humiliation then, his inconvenience now. Patterns expose priorities neatly.
You embarrassed yourself yesterday. His face changed there. Not softer exactly, more cornered perhaps. Truth narrows available exits. He hated narrow spaces, always preferred open narratives. I said sorry. You said rough day. I meant it. You meant relief. That silenced him briefly, because it was close enough. Apologies aimed at discomfort relief often resent real repair costs. She knew product quality by underlying intention always. He shifted tactics again. You know Amber left. That surprised her slightly. Still, she kept expression steady. He watched for openings constantly. Pain disclosures can become tools. Maybe true, maybe timed. Either way, she waited. She packed this morning. He laughed bitterly once. Said I humiliate people. The sentence hung there. Wind moved porch fern lightly. Some truths arrive outsourced when family voices were ignored. She felt sadness then, not triumph even slightly. I'm sorry she's hurting. What about me? There it was, childlike, the oldest cry unchanged. What about me always, even now middle-aged, even holding eviction paper, even after yesterday? What about your choices? He stared through glass. Sometimes mirrors finally work because escape routes close first. His breathing slowed slightly, shoulders lowered 1 inch maybe. Rage had spent first fuel. Now came harder stage. I messed up, he muttered. The words were small, not polished, not strategic. No audience left outside, no joke attached after. Just plain and awkward. That made them notable. Yes, she replied. He looked wounded then. Some people confess expecting balm. They mistake admission for repair. But naming damage starts work only. She would not counterfeit endings, not anymore. What do you want? Excellent question finally asked. Not what can I say, not who influenced you, not why punish me. What do you want? Adult language at last. I want reality respected. He frowned uncertainly. I want agreements honored. She continued steadily onward. I want apology with behavior. Another beat of silence. I want distance while learning. That one hit hardest, because distance cannot be charmed. Distance forces private reckoning. No smiles travel that gap. No hugs skip process. No shortcuts cross absence. He looked suddenly tired, older than she remembered, eyes ringed from poor sleep, stress showing around mouth corners. Consequences age people quickly. So does self-deception. She knew both costs. Can I come in? No. Single syllable, no cruelty, just weather report plainness. Today entry was unavailable. Hospitality requires safety first. That boundary shocked them both, especially her, if honest. When do I leave? She pointed to notice gently. Date is listed there. He read, though he knew. Paper shook a little now, not from anger, perhaps, from instability finally felt. Flaws moving beneath assumptions, that can shake anyone. He stepped backward slowly. I never thought you'd... He didn't finish sentence, didn't need to either. Never thought you'd stop, never thought you'd choose yourself, never thought systems ended. She heard full version. I know, she said. He turned then, left. No truck door slam now, no dramatic engine revving, just tired footsteps descending. Sometimes defeat sounds quieter than guilt ever could. She watched from the hallway still, did not chase after, did not call his name, did not soften deadline. Mercy without change repeats harm. She knew that now. Back in kitchen, the pound cake waited cooling. She cut first slice warm. Steam rose rich and buttery, crumb dense but tender perfect. She placed it on a plate, poured coffee beside it, sat by east window quietly. Then she cried finally. Not loud or cinematic, no collapsing onto counters, just tears arriving steadily. For toddler photos remembered, for the woman she had been, for the man he still might become. She let them come fully, no shame in them now. They were not helpless tears, they were release tears instead, water leaving after flood season, necessary, unspectacular, cleansing enough. She welcomed them quietly. When finished, she wrote again, date, time, brief notation. He heard the word no today.
He heard the word no today. She underlined nothing beneath it. No need for commentary anymore. Some moments explain themselves fully. The notebook closed with certainty. A chapter had ended quietly. That night sleep came easier. Not peaceful exactly, but honest. There is a difference worth noting. Peace can be borrowed temporarily. Honesty stays after midnight hours. She preferred the second now. Rain began sometime before dawn. Soft spring rain on gutters. Porch boards ticking under drops. The neighborhood wrapped in gray silence. Good weather for reflection, perhaps. Good weather for beginnings, too. Loretta rose before sunrise again. Bodies built by labor do that. No alarm needed ever. She tied robe at waist, started coffee in darkness first, then turned kitchen lights on. The room welcomed routine warmly. Blue mugs on open shelf, copper pan above stove shining, knife block aligned exactly straight, Order where chaos once visited, her favorite kind of comfort. She poured first cup slowly, held warmth in both hands, looked through wet window glass. The rental house stood still. No truck in driveway now. That struck her immediately. She watched longer, quietly. Curtains half open strangely, porch light still burning pale, trash bins missing from curb. Something about stillness looked emptied. Homes feel different when leaving happens, even from across street distance. She set cup down carefully, reached for binoculars drawer, a gift from Callaway's staff. They joked she'd monitor squirrels. Instead, she studied consequences now. Life repurposes tools often. The driveway was empty. No truck, no boxes, nothing. Window blinds crooked inside slightly. Front mat rolled halfway over. Departure had happened overnight, faster than she expected. No triumph came with it, only a long exhale. Patterns sometimes end suddenly, after years of seeming permanent. That can feel strange first, like missing background noise. Her phone buzzed nearby. Unknown feeling before reading. Then his name appeared below. One new message waiting there. No flood of calls today. No defensive paragraphs attached. Just one line sent early. I moved out last night. Another line followed seconds later. Left keys in mailbox. Then, after a pause, a final message arrived slowly. I'm sorry for all of it. She read each once, set phone face down gently. Some apologies deserve space first, not immediate judgment or reward, just room to breathe. She gave this one room. After breakfast, she crossed street, umbrella tilted against drizzle wind, shoes careful through wet pavement, mailbox held brass spare key. Cold in her palm now. Metal often feels objective. She opened front door slowly. The house smelled empty already. Cardboard, detergent, stale air, the specific scent of moving. Hallway echoed more than usual. Rooms speak differently unfurnished. Loss changes acoustics somehow. She entered living room first. Walls were clean, surprisingly. Carpet vacuumed in straight lines. Baseboards wiped of dust. Coffee table indentation remained visible. Temporary lives leave outlines behind. Kitchen came next, naturally. Counters scrubbed almost spotless. Refrigerator unplugged and open. Shelves wiped dry carefully. Sink shined more than usual. A dish towel folded neatly. He had tried here. That touched her unexpectedly. Not because chores erase history. They do not and cannot. But effort reveals consciousness. Someone thinking about impact finally. Someone cleaning what he used. Someone closing loops at last. On the cable waited an envelope. Her name written plainly outside. Handwriting instantly recognizable still. Mothers know children's handwriting forever, even when children become difficult men, even when years complicate love. Recognition survives many things. She sat before opening it. Rain tapped kitchen window lightly. Old clock hummed above stove. The room held witness silence. She slid finger beneath the flap. Paper unfolded in two parts. He always overfolded letters. The note began simply. Mama. No performance there. No joke to soften entry. No dramatic setup lines. Just one honest address. That mattered more than expected. She kept reading slowly. I kept thinking you'd bend again.
I thought flowers fixed things. I thought saying love you was same as loving right. I was wrong about that. She stopped briefly there. Rain sounded louder suddenly, because truth, once spoken plainly, changes surrounding silence immediately. Rooms hear it too somehow. She certainly did. I've used your patience badly. I made your kindness lazy for me. I hated reading that notice because it was true. Yesterday was not about candles. It was about me being ashamed and choosing to make you smaller. I can't defend that. Her hands tightened slightly, not in anger this time, in grief perhaps deeper now. Cruelty, understood later, hurts differently, sharper yet cleaner somehow. She continued reading onward. I'm getting another apartment. I'm taking overtime shifts. I'll send money monthly until what I owe feels real. I know money isn't all. I know respect was missing. I'm sorry for the cake. I'm sorry for years before it. I'll do better if allowed. If not, I understand. Love, Dwayne.
She read signature twice, then folded letter carefully back. No tears immediately came. Some emotions need walking first. So she stood and moved. Room by room she inspected. Back bedroom window still stuck. Bathroom faucet dripped occasionally. Closet shelf needed re-anchoring soon. Ordinary repairs awaited calmly. Life always mixes symbolism with practical maintenance tasks. In the smallest bedroom, she found one forgotten object. A baseball glove, old and cracked. Teenage size, worn laces. His high school glove, certainly. She held it quietly there. Leather still carried attic smell. Time has textures memory lacks. She set it on bed. Would ask later, perhaps. Not everything needed deciding today. That lesson was newish. Urgency had ruled too long. She was learning sequence now. Back home, she brewed tea, real tea this time, sat with note beside mug, then dialed Nadine first. Well, Nadine answered instantly. He moved out overnight. Pause on the line, then a soft whistle. That man hates daylight consequences. Loretta laughed unexpectedly hard, the kind that frees ribs. Nadine waited, smiling likely. Friends know laughter medicine timing. She always had. He left a letter. Good letter or manipulative letter? Good enough to keep. That's something, Nadine said. They talked a while gently, about rain and moving trucks, about men aging late emotionally, about women aging better strategically, about whether pound cake remained, important matters mostly. After the call, Loretta made another decision. Not legal this time, not defensive either. Something restorative instead. She opened pantry shelves wide, reached for almond flour canister, then the good olive oil. She smiled doing it. The same recipe waited, the one interrupted publicly, the one left unfinished symbolically,
the one associated with shame. Today, she would reclaim flavor. Memory need not own ingredients. She measured carefully, as always. Eggs whipped pale and airy, sugar dissolved in ribbons, olive oil streamed slowly in, batter thickened smooth and glossy. Competence returned like music. She made caramel once, perfect color, deep amber, no distraction, no hesitation. Cream hissed when added, salt bloomed fragrance upward. She knew the moment exactly.